will be calling through the labels only. For that reason, labels are important whenever the branches are there, whenever functions are there. Okay. And you will find the opcode, that is an instruction followed by the number of operands. Normally, the first operand is destination, second operation is destination of the operation. For example, immediate data are usually in the form of number, hash number, as shown in the example. Here you can see move is an instruction. You are moving the data. What is the data? Hash is represented means it is an immediate data. Immediate data 0xFF is, it is a representation of hexadecimal number of FF. That value should be moved towards or inside the register R0. That is a function. Destination is R0. You are transmitting the data which is present here. Opcode operand 1, operand 2. Operand 2 will be transmitting the data towards operand 1. And next instruction example they have given is R1 comma hash double single quoted S. S represents the ASCII value of, S is alphabetical value only. If you are taking that value as ASCII number, then ASCII number of S will be stored in R1. Next one is V, will be stored in the R2, R3, I, and R4 is T. Okay. The text after each semicolon is comment. These comments do not affect the program operation, but they can make the program easier to human to understand. If we are writing the comments, you can easily understand. No, if you don't want, you can skip it. After the semicolon, whatever you are writing, it won't work or it won't execute. Okay. Then assembler language, moving the data. One of the most basic function of the processor is transfer of data. Basic function of any of the processor is transferring a data from one register to another register or memory to register, any other format. In the Cortex M3, data transfers can be of one of the following type. Any one of these type you can transmit. One is moving data between register to register. That is, from one register will be having the data and you can transmit that to the another register. And moving data between memory to register, from any memory address to the register. And moving data between memory and register, then moving data between special register to the register. Special registers are there. You have so many different type of special register. From that special register, if you are transferring to the general purpose register, then it is a memory to register. And moving data between special register and register is done. Moving a immediate data value into the register, that is the transfer of data. In all these ways you can do it towards the register, from register to register, memory to register, and special register to register, and data value to register. The command to move data between register is move. For example, moving data from the register R3 to the register R8 will be seen like this: move R3 to R8. Okay. And another instruction can generate the negative value of the original data. It is called MVN, move negative value. See, if you want to, if one register is having the actual value of like 32 as an hexadecimal number, if you want to transmit that information towards the another register, but you want that value in the negative format, then you have to move negative instruction has to be used, that is MVN, move negative. Okay. The basic instruction for accessing memory are load and store. If you are directly accessing the data from the memory, then you can, if you are taking the data from the memory, then it will be a load function. Store is, if you are storing the data towards the memory, is the store operation, store instruction. Okay. In this way, here for load, LDR is the representation of the instruction. Transfer data from memory to registers, and store transfers the data from register to memory. As I told you, memory to register is load, register to memory is store. The exclamatory mark is the instruction specific whether the register RD should be updated after instruction is completed. See, whatever if you are writing any of the instruction in with respect to this Cortex M3, one more extra part or special thing is there with respect to instructions. Here, exclamation mark is given is an instruction specific whether the register RD should be updated after instruction is completed. After completion of whole function, whatever the instructions we have written with respect to that, if you are completely doing all the functions, then only you have to update the R8 value. That is the function of exclamatory mark. Here one example given, stmia dot w R8 exclamatory comma R0 to R3, that is in the bracket value. R8 changed to R80 after store, incremented by 4 words. Here, R8 is already having the value, that is 08000, and you are going to, one second, this instruction first we'll discuss. stmia you have here. Yeah, multiple words to memory location specified by RD address, increment after each word W, specified it as a 32-bit thumb 2 instruction. This is a 32-bit thumb 2 instruction. Write the multiple words to the memory location specified by RD, address incremented by the after each word. Okay, that is your stmia. Here we have the example now. Store to memory, increment, after that you have to store it to the register. Okay, that is actual function of your stmia. Here R0 to R3, whatever the data is there, you have to store it memory address, then increment the value by 4 address value, because R0 to R 4 values are R0, R1, R3. 4 register values are there. If you are incrementing the address by 4 words, then the value will be 10 here, because one increment of word will add the 4 plus 4 value, 4, 8 in then C after that 10. In that way you have to increment the value here. stmia R8, then R0 to R3. Here R8 is unchanged after the store value. After storing, you are not changing the R8 value here. Okay. A RAM processor also support memory accesses with pre-indexing and post-indexing. For pre-indexing, the register holding the memory address is adjusted. The memory transfer then takes place with the updated address. For example, see, pre-indexing and post-indexing, you can see pre-indexing is before doing the operation. If you are adding address value, if you are taking the previous address value, that is pre-indexing. Post-indexing, if you are taking the address of the later address values, that is the post-indexing. Okay, for example, load register with the word value R0 comma R1 comma hash of offset exclamatory mark is given. Here, read a memory of R1 plus offset value. Whatever the offset value is there, that should be taken, and you will be adding the value present in R1, and the value should be taken from the address, whatever the value created from R1 plus offset, that address value, that value should be stored in R0. Okay, update to R1 plus offset value. That is related to pre-indexing and post-indexing. This offset values example, you can see load register, read, read byte from memory location Rn plus offset. This is an byte memory. If you are going for H, that is an half word memory. LDR if you are going for, it is directly word representation. Byte means you will be taking only 8 bit of data. H will be taking the half word data. If you don't have any prefix here, then whole word will be taken as the information. Always whatever the byte and half words you are taking as a information, always it will be from the least significant bit part. Okay, LSB part. You will be taking from LSB part and then you will be storing it towards the register. That is three things we have. LDRD is read double word from the memory location. If you are taking the double word, then you need to have a destination of two register values. Okay, that is whatever the double words you are taking from this offset address, then two 32-bit value should be stored in two 32-bit register values. And store bit byte value, store half word value, stored word value, and store double word memory location values. These are the store and load instruction with respect to byte, half word, and double word representation. Next, in the same way, that is LDMIA, that is read multiple word from the memory location specified by the RD address increment after each transfer, that is 16-bit thumb instruction. LDMIA, that is register list will be given, means from how many memory locations we want to transmit the information towards the registers. Okay, and after taking each and every data value from your list, register list, you have to increment the memory location with respect to the RD value. Whatever the RD value is there, after completion of all these reading the memory address values, you have to increment the RD value. STMIA, that is the same. Store multiple word to the memory location specified by RD, and address increment after each transfer 16-bit thumb instruction. This is a 16-bit thumb instruction. If you are going for LDMIA dot W, then it is a word, multiple word from the memory location specified by RD. Address increment after each word, each read. Dot W specifies the 32-bit thumb instruction. You can see whatever the instructions we are taking, if dot W is represented, that represents the word, that is 32-bit instruction. Okay, if we are going with respect to this type of store and load instructions. Read multiple word from memory location specified by the RD. Address decrements before. DB represents the decrement before each read. W specifies the 32-bit instruction. DW is decrement before. IA is increment after. See, if you are giving the register list, means R0 to R5, if I am giving, first you are taking the loading the reading the data from R0, then increment once. Next, reading the data from R1, increment once. Reading the data from R2, increment once. Reading the data from R4, increment once. In that way, load LDMIA represent load memory, increment after the word. 1 second, 1 second. Sorry for the disturbance. Then next we'll go with yeah, that is load memory increment after transmission of one by one register values, and here decrement before reading the each and every register value. STMIA, that is same, store the memory, increment after storing the each and every value into the register. Here decrement before storing the value into the register value or memory value. Okay. Uh, Two other type of memory operation are stack push and pop operation. Push operation, push R0, R4, R5, R6, R7 and R9 into the stack memory. R0 to R9. Here in between I have given the gap, means R1, R2, all other values should not be transmitted. That's why R0, R4 to R7 and R9. All these things should be stored into the stack memory. If you want to pop the register values, then you have to pop towards the R2 and R3. Here, whatever the instruction they have given with respect to that, pop the data into R0, R2 and R3 from the stack. Usually a push instruction will be corresponding to pop with the same register list, but this is not always necessary. For example, a common exception is the when pop is used as a function return. See, whenever uh, pop and push operation are done, normally whatever the push registers are used, the same register should be used for the pop operation also normally, but it is not necessary that same thing you have to do. That's why if we are going with respect to the functions call, if we are calling the functions at that time, you can push the same register towards the stack memory, and you can take it back with the return address at the time of pop operation. That is an exact example which is given here. See, R0 to R3 values are stored with your link register. Link register is means address of the function subroutine, wherever the subroutine is present. Link register will be having the return address when it has to be returned, and that return address has to be popped back, means whenever after completion of the execution of the subroutine, you have to come out of that subroutine. That's why push will be having that link register value. At the time of return, means if you want to return from the subroutine towards the uh, pop up towards the actual main program, then all the pop operation will take out the same data from pop the address data value which is present in the stack memory towards R0 to R3, and whatever the link register address is there, means the return address, that will be given to the program counter. When the program counter takes that return address, then continuously it can execute the program from the where it has been stopped. Okay. In this case, instead of popping the link register back and then branching to the address in link register, we pop the address value directly to the program counter. Directly you can store it into program counter. It has a number of special registers, and whenever we are going for special register transmission and reception, then MRS and MSR are the main instructions used with respect to special register. For example, MRS R0, PSR, that is PSR, you know that process read processor status register. Processor status register is a special register. If you want to transmit the data from PSR to R0, then MRS is used, and MSR, that is if you want to write the data towards the special register, then you can go for control and comma R0. R0 is general purpose register. Towards the control register, if you are writing, then MSR is used. Unless you are accessing the APSR, you can use MRS and or MSRs to access other special registers only in the privileged mode. Moving immediate data into register is a common thing to do. For example, you might want to access the peripheral register, so you need to put the address value into a register beforehand. So small value 8-bit or less, you can use move s. Example, you can see if you are putting the 8-bit value or less than 16-bit value, if you are transmitting, then you can use the instruction MOVS, means small value compared to 32-bit value. Normally, whatever the data we are transmitting and receiving, or whatever the data you are storing or loading towards the register, always, or moving the value into the register, always it should be 32-bit value. Minimum it is to 16-bit value. But if you are less than the 16-bit value, means you have to reuse it with the move s, means MOV s instruction. Then it is a 8-bit value. For that reason, that is 12 value will be stored in R0. For a larger value, means over the 8-bit value, you might need to use the thumb to moving instruction. For example, MOV w.w, means word instructions or word values are stored into the register. Okay, 32-bit value, you can use two instructions, both, that is, if you are transmitting lower half to the R0, then you can use .w. If you are upper half to the register, if you are using, then you can use T, that is MOVT, MOVW. Both can be used if you are transmitting a double word value. Okay. Assembler language processing data, means till now whatever we have seen is with respect to transportation or movement of data, that is move. Register to register, it will be a moving, and if you are going with respect to memory to register and register to memory, you will be having store and move, store and load operation. Then next, only transmission we have seen. Now if we are operating something, or if you are manipulating the data, if you are doing some operation on some data, then you will be going with respect to processing data instruction. First instruction we can see here is adding operation. Okay, add operation, you can see add R0, R1 plus R0, and you will store the result into R0 only. You can add multiple different type of instruction also, different type of values also. You can add the immediate data in with register value and store it into register. You can add two different register value into new register also. You can store it. That is with respect to, see, add. Normally, if you are adding the actual value, that is R1, R0, that is of 32-bit value, directly it will add, or 16-bit also you can add it here. If you are going for small value, that is less than 8-bit, less than 16-bit value or less than 8-bit value, then you can transmit that value, or you can add that value with the stored register value. Then you can write the instruction at add s. S represents the small instruction. If you are going for .w, always whatever the addition we are doing will be in the form of 32-bit thumb to instruction. Okay, these are all add instructions, but have a different syntaxes and binary coding. With traditional thumb instruction set, only add. When 16-bit thumb instruction code is used, the add instruction can change the flags in the PSR. If you are using the 16-bit thumb code, then you will be changing the PSR flag function. If you are using a 32-bit thumb 2 code, can either change the flag or keep it unchanged. And a separate two different operations, that is s suffixed and .w is used. Now, if you are using s suffix, then it will be of what? Small value, means less than 8-bit value or less than 16-bit value if you are using. If you are going for 32-bit instruction addition, then you will be going with .w. Okay. And whenever you don't want to change the flag functions, then .w is used. If you want to change the flag function, S can be included. Here add, subtract instructions are there. You can see what all the operations can be done in this add instructions. Here add RD is represented as destination, N and memory, Rn and Rm. You will be adding Rn plus Rm, numerator, sorry, N and M are added. Nm is two different register values. You can see both are added and stored into destination. This is one operation. And same RD destination, same address can be repeated whenever you are using the same address for the same register value to store the result. RD plus RM stored in RD. And RD comma immediate value. Whatever the data is present, immediate data is there, that will be added with RD value. Destination value, previously it is already having some value. Then you will be adding them and storing it in the destination register. That is one instruction. Another one is Rn plus immediate value and store it in RD. Then same add C. Always add C. ADC represents the add with carry. Okay. Carry flag will be taken and you will be adding Rn plus Rm plus carry value and then store it in a destination. Same way RD plus Rm plus carry value to the destination register. In the same way, immediate value plus RD plus carry value into the destination address. Add W is represent the add register with 12-bit immediate value, and then here N plus immediate value, Rn plus immediate value to the 32-bit. It is a with respect to word. 30 sub RD, Rn, Rm is Rn minus Rm and the data will be stored in RD. RD minus immediate value, data stored in RD. Rn minus immediate value and stored in RD value. Okay, this is the subtraction function. If you are going for subtract with borrow, then SBC, you can see that subtract with borrow, it is actually C. Borrow you can't represent here because borrow and subtraction will be having the B function. For that reason you will be having the C. Carry will also represent your borrow function only. For that reason SBC is taken with the subtract with borrow. RD minus RM minus borrow and you will be storing it in RD. Rn minus immediate value minus borrow value and then store it in RD. Then in the same way, .w represent, you will be using the word function, that is 32-bit instruction set you are using here. RSB is reverse subtract. That is, till now we are doing Rn minus immediate value. No, now if you are doing this reverse subtraction, immediate value will be subtracting Rn and then stored in RD. In the same way here, RSB.W, Rm is minus Rm minus Rn towards RD. Then multiply MUL Rm multiplied with RD and result stored in RD. .W uses your word instruction 32-bit value. That's why Rn into Rm, then store it in RD. UBID is unsigned division function. Then Rn by Rm store in RD. Rn by Rm store in RD. This is the signed division. Signed division and unsigned divisions are two parts. Both the type of division functions we can do here. These are the processing function: add, subtract, add with carry, subtract and subtract with carry, subtract reverse, multiple, division in unsigned and signed division. Okay. Multiplication 32-bit instruction. This and all tomorrow we'll see. This much is enough for today, I think. 1 second.